video sales letters and paid ads? Can they buy you houses in Bali? And can they help you make over $1.2 million online passively? Well, apparently did for this guy here called Thomas Garnett. And in this video, we're going to break down his sales video and VSL that started all of this. So over here is the VSL. And guys, what we do is we're going to actually split this into two. So guys, this part right here is where the money is made. So what we'll do is we'll break down this part right here, and I'll give you the top 3 things from this part of the video as to why he did so well. So first we'll watch the video and then we'll break it down. Let's do here, speed at 1.5x and play.
20K, 40K, 19,
24,000,
30,000 lira, 40 grand a month,
20K, 27K,
31,000,
28,000 USD,
24,000, 38, 64,000.
50K a month, is that correct?
yes, I'll be more than that.
In September of 2022, I decided to make 3 pivotal videos revealing everything about my agency. How I book my sales calls, how I run my sales calls, and how I deliver the crazy returns that I do for my clients. The result of uploading all of those videos to YouTube at a time where agency content was extremely surface level, all of my videos went absolutely viral, to the point where even the software that I was using, High Level, started to trend like never before, and people were actually begging me for coaching even though I had nothing to sell. All I really had was a free Discord community that would cap out once it would reach 300 members. The name of this Discord is called 300 Agencies, and it had only one single focus: to help agencies get better results for their clients using High Level. And the only way you could get into 300 agencies was by recording a Loom video describing what your agency did, and once you were accepted, what value would you bring to the other 299 members if you were accepted. Now, based off of that, thousands of applicants were then filtered to distill the 300 most distinguished, dedicated agency owners that I knew would make the best agency community out there. And by doing this, I pretty much unknowingly created an environment where winning was the default. In fact, a few weeks after the launch of the Discord, people started getting results left, right, and center. People like Parsa, who scaled their agency to $50,000 per month at the age of 17. Or people like Arman, who scaled their agency to $30,000 per month at the same age of 17 again. Or Cameron England, that has also scaled his agency to well over 6 figures while he was still in high school. And countless others that posted their wins inside of the wins channel that we had on the Discord. You see, the reason 300 agencies was so insanely successful and had crazy alumni that went on to then build YouTube channels teaching SMMA on their own isn't because we had some fancy course or some sort of secret agency accelerator technique. You see, the reason 300 agencies was so successful isn't rocket science. In fact, there's 2 simple reasons why we had the success and we had the alumni that we had. The first reason is that unlike any other course out there, the only thing we talked about in this community was about how to get results for clients using Go High Level. We didn't talk about how to build an e-commerce agency, we didn't talk about SMMA in general, and we didn't even talk about getting clients for your agency. We didn't even talk about client acquisition. All that we talked about was how the fuck can you turn leads into appointments for your local business clients using Go High Level. And that was it. Because by doing this, by focusing only on the thing that none other of the agency courses focused on, which is service delivery, it allowed almost every member inside of the Discord to transition their agency from the traditional pay me $2,000 a month and you'll never see your money again type of agency over to a new pay on results type of agency, which meant that this allowed all of the members to scale an agency with zero reliance on any sales skills because it posed zero risk on the business owner to pay the agency only once they saw the results, which meant practically every single person, every single member inside of the Discord signed their first client within the first month with literally just 10 to 20 cold calls telling people they could deliver them the results and that they would pay only once they would see the results in the business. The second reason is because of, like I said, it was never about the quality of the information. It was never about some specific tactic or piece of information that you didn't get elsewhere that I would teach inside of 300 agencies. So I want to make something clear. It was not about the quality of the information that I gave inside of this Discord, but it had everything to do with the quality of its members. You see, as I mentioned, the only way you could get into this Discord was by application, was by sending me a Loom video describing what your agency did, and once you were accepted, what value you would bring to the other members inside of the Discord, which meant that we rejected close to 95% of all applicants and accepted only the top 5% of agency owners that actually, number 1, had an agency, and number 2, were willing to learn and were actually disciplined to keep getting the results that they were looking for by improving their service delivery, which was the mission that 300 agencies was on. I mean, think about why Harvard consistently produces the best alumni in the world year after year. It's because they always take on the brightest people that are already on their way to success and just make them more successful through a few connections and obviously by just being into Harvard. And we did the exact same thing, which is why I say, and which is also why, honestly, most courses fuck up. It's not about the quality of the information, but it's about the quality of the members that are inside of that mastermind community, which is why I always say, the success had nothing to do with what I taught and everything to do with who the members of the Discord were. In fact, all of the information that was, quote, secretive, I gave away on the channel for free, causing such a shift in the landscape of SMMA in general that the topic of starting an agency here on YouTube started to shift from being the e-commerce agency to now being a local business agency, with the most popular niche, funny enough, now being med spas. You see, with all the content that is now readily available on YouTube on how to scale an agency using high level, I've made it practically impossible for everyone not to get at least their first client and to actually deliver results for them to the point where they would actually scale a real agency as opposed to just an agency that would close clients and not get them the results. Which means there are now more agencies out there specifically getting results for their clients using high level than there have ever been in history, which in a way is concerning for many different reasons. But before explaining why this is concerning, let me break down a concept that will allow you to truly grasp what I mean by how concerning it actually is that so many agencies are now using one same software. Let me break it down with one word: leverage. Now, you've probably heard of this term before, leverage. It's the basis of wealth, the concept of getting outsized returns for your inputs. But how does it apply in the agency sense? This is the pyramid of leverage. Now, I didn't invent this, a billionaire did by the name of Naval Ravikant. Now, you might have seen this somewhere else already. It's a pretty popular concept by now, but if you haven't heard about it, let me break it down for you in 2 seconds. At the bottom of the pyramid represents low leverage opportunities, meaning this is where your time is tied to how much money you make. For example, if you work as a janitor, your time, the amount of hours that you spend working as a janitor, is directly tied to how much money you end up earning that day or that month. And at the top of the pyramid are the best, highest leverage vehicles to create wealth. This is where your time as a person is now completely detached from how much money you make. So for example, Walt Disney, the inventor of Mickey Mouse, probably had to spend less than an hour to invent the concept of Mickey Mouse, yet from that 1 hour, Mickey Mouse went on to make him a billionaire in licensing fees, meaning compared to the janitor who only works a specific set of hours and earns his money based off of that, Walt Disney got rich off of just 1 hour of creating Mickey Mouse. Now let me make it clear. As much as people love to glamorize the agency model, or glamorize it because they are heavily financially incentivized to do so with a course, running an agency actually places you at the bottom of this pyramid, where essentially for every unit of effort and time that you and your team, if you're in the top 1% of agencies that actually have employees, for every unit of effort and time that you spend into servicing your clients, the agency model provides you with the lowest vehicle for leverage, which is labor. Meaning, just like the janitor, you are still a fucking slave. However you want to romanticize it, your income, how much you earn, is tied to your effort and your time servicing the clients. Even though you might think that after hiring a few employees to do the tasks for you, I don't care what you say, hiring other people to do the job for you still puts you in the lowest forms of leverage, because again, you are still using people, you are still using labor, which by far is the slowest way I can guarantee for you to build your wealth. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, the highest form of leverage is represented through code and media. Let me break this down. An example of code or software would be Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg built Facebook once and is now getting millions of users to use it, where he can then advertise through the platform. Another example of high leverage vehicles is media, where, just like I described earlier with Mickey Mouse, Walt Disney had to draw Mickey Mouse one single time, and for every time that he licenses it out, he doesn't have to draw it again. It's just the concept of Mickey Mouse itself that is making him money. Another example that you might see on a day-to-day basis is selling a course. And this is another example of using media and maybe a little bit of software to deliver that information in a way that actually builds leverage. If you record just one video for a course, that course can be sold hundreds, thousands, and even millions of times, which means you don't have to re-record the video each time. It's just that that same piece of media, the course that you recorded, can be replicated at no additional cost, which if you contrast that with labor, the lowest form of leverage, can't be done because you only have so many hours in the day. And this...
All right, so again, guys, for most ads and sales videos, here towards the middle of the video is where, the money's made. So money's made here, right? In the first half of the video, the hook here, the body, the lead, some call it the lead, right? This part of the video is where money's made. This here is like, this doesn't matter as much. So let's break down this first part and why Ian Thomas did so well to afford a house in Bali, make $1.2 million passively online. So here, there we go. So first things first, guys, story selling. So notice this whole VSL was a story. Hey, I did this. Here are the results, right? Here's what happened. Come with me along this journey. It's the whole VSL is a story. There's nothing here that screams, slides, sales pitch, decks. Just a story of like, hey, I did this happened, let's go. And guys, this way of selling, it works so subtly well. In fact, guys, let me do this for you guys. Let me stop sharing and reshare here. This guy over here had a very similar story VSL on YouTube to sell his TikTok shop program. And guys, this guy makes money on this video, by the way. So this new wave of sales videos that are kind of like story videos are doing so well. Where again, like you walk the lead through a story. Guys, I did this. this happened. Here are the results. Here's what I learned. Here's things that went wrong in the journey. It worked so well. Now back here to the VSL of Thomas. Next thing. So again, first things first, story selling. Next thing, guys. Notice here in this video, Thomas did a lot of authority hacking. A lot of authority hacking. And if I were to put this in layman's terms, name dropping. Right? So he name dropped Go High Level, a big software brand in the space that most marketers know of. So High Level, he name dropped is it Naval, the guy who's the billionaire? I know a lot of marketers know who he is. Right? So Naval guy, the billionaire guy. Then he name dropped Walt Disney was name dropped there, Disney, Mark Zuckerberg. So a lot of authorities, because he wants you to basically tie his offer, his way of thinking, his ideas to these people who are smarter, billionaires and Walt Disney, right? High Level, because he knows that you either trust them or you like them, right? You want to work with them. Therefore, if I name drop these authorities in my video, it's going to boost my credibility in a sense. Now, next thing he did was a lot of social proof. A lot of social proof. In fact, the first hook of this video was basically his clients winning, right? Getting results with his strategies. So a lot of social proof. And notice that they were all young males. So young males, either white or Asian. Why is that? Because that's who his core audience is, because he lives in Europe. White Asians. Right? So a lot of proof across his client wins and their faces. Again, I noticed that their face was in the video. So faces sell extremely well. You want your faces everywhere, or you want your clients' faces everywhere in your videos. Okay, faces sell. Now, notice too that he mentioned. Let me do this for you guys. Reset. Virality, where he said that his videos, right, were going viral. Why is that? Because he knows if he says that, that's going to again increase your belief in him as a authority or expert. So virality there of his content. And he really said that his students, right, are now the gurus on YouTube. So his students learn from him, and they're now the gurus on YouTube. Now, guys, in fact, this works so well over here. Let me show you guys over here. That I always say you want to use this when you can in your marketing as a demonstration. So when you're the guru that everyone learns from, that's so powerful, right? Because that makes you the first, right? You're the first guy, the first source of all, information. That's powerful. So use it. Just like Thomas did, right? Back here to the tab. Now, guys, I did say 3 things, but in watching this, I'm with you live again, I caught 2 more things that I want to cover. So the next one is going to be for here, exclusivity. So again, in his story of the Discord that he created, what did he say? We rejected people who weren't a fit, and only this, many people were allowed into the Discord at a time. In fact, look up here. It says live 51 out of. Right? He's literally giving you, right? He's showing you, right, just live, that hey, this is exclusive. This thing is not for everyone. And guys, by saying that it increases the want and the desire for his thing. Because people hate being told what they can and can't do. And that's why it works so well. Now, the last one here, last trigger or last thing I saw here, is going to be what I call the old way, which is the new way. Old way versus new way. And you can call this, his mechanism, or my bad, new way, try it again. Old way versus, actually, let's do old versus new. Old versus new. Awesome. So first things first, he drew a pyramid on the screen. And guys, what do pyramids, okay, when you as a person, right, think of a pyramid, what do you think of? Typically you think of either slavery, right? Like a food chain, slavery / food chain, or what? Pyramid scheme, scams, right? So he literally drew the old way of running like a marketing agency as a pyramid. Guys, Thomas knows what he's doing. He wants you to associate, the old way or like your current way of business as either slavery or a scam. And in fact, he literally said you're a slave if you still work with clients, right? And of course run their ads for them, right? And do work for them, like you're a slave. So the old way is slavery or a scam. The new way, right, that he's presenting you is what? Leverage. in the form of what? Code and media. Code and media, right? That's the new way. Now, notice how these two were, of course, on top of the pyramid scam and the pyramid of slavery, obviously. Also, notice that what he did was he tied these two things to a billionaire, right? Naval. It's like, hey, I didn't do this. No, this billionaire guy is right is one that actually made this. So, guys, if a billionaire is doing this and he's telling you what to do you think it's worth at least trying this thing again that a billionaire is doing? Of course. So again, what he's doing is he's now leveraging third party proof in the form of Naval, the billionaire, Naval, right? Billionaire. Then what's he do? He says, hey, Mark Zuckerberg does this. Also, right, billionaire. Hey, Walt Disney does this. Also, right, also billionaire. So wait, if billionaires are doing this, why don't I do this? And why would I choose slavery and a scheme or a scam over this? Duh, right? This is better, obviously. So guys, the way Thomas did this and comparison is so smart. It is so ingenious. It is so ingenious. Also notice, so guys, there's a trend here, or not trend, but it's a marketing tactic. So here, where is it? Let me share for you guys this tab. So here in this tab, this one. So whenever I see like either a financial offer or a new offer for marketers, this trend or like this tactic, this strategy, or this hook, this angle always works. It is the we've seen this before in the past, right? So notice that again, Thomas, he told you that Walt Disney, right? Where's my pointer? Yeah, Walt Disney, right? Who's by the way dead for years. Walt Disney, made billions off a mouse in the past doing this. Then Mark Zuckerberg, right, in the past made Facebook, and he made again billions doing this. So again, he's telling you what Walt Disney, Mark Zuckerberg, right, and now it's you. He's saying, hey, idiots, in the past, this has this thing in the past worked for Disney and Zuckerberg. So now it's your chance to do this, idiots. So again, we've seen this in the past. It's proven, it works, it's trusted. Now follow along the winning path, guys. That is powerful marketing. In fact, I would argue that's more powerful than showing client results, because people are more ingrained to believe things in the past that that have been more proven, more sturdy, more stable. For example, it's why people prefer actual currency over Bitcoin. It's not that Bitcoin is bad or Bitcoin is not good, but it's not proven enough. Like it's still too new to trust. And the way to know if things are trusted is go to either your parents or like your grandparents and ask them if they believe or trust the thing. And if they don't, then yeah, it's not gonna sell well in mass market. Okay. So again, anyway, let me back here to the point. He's saying, hey, in the past, Walt Disney and Mark Z, right, have made a lot of money off this in the past. This works, is proven, right? This is the winning path. Use it. So leave slavery alone, right? Or ditch slavery, ditch the scam, right? The pyramid scam. Come over here to this new way of leverage with code and media. And guys, just by saying like these things in a combination, his VSL converts right off the bat. Insane. And again, I can see why. Again, this guy could buy a house in Bali, makes $1.2 million passively through one video. Because again, this video here, it is great. It's a great video, good elements of copywriting and of course sales persuasion, and it just works. Now on here as well, this page was there. There is another graph here, a graph showing you again the old way of slavery and then the new way of leverage, SaaS. Again, more pyramids, slavery. Look at it. Literal slave labor right on the page versus the top of the pyramid equals SaaS, right, where you're relaxing. Okay, so we get here the offer, we get like Zoom calls, we get like a chat with him, we get a funnel, we get speakers, and blah blah blah. But anyway, this stuff down here doesn't matter. What matters is what's said in the first part of the VSL, which again crushed it for Thomas. Smart guy, great marketer. And guys, yeah, that was today's breakdown. Hope you enjoyed it, and take care. See ya.